And are we live? I think we're live. We might be live. Let me hold on a second. Make sure YouTube says we're live. And blammo. All right. Okay. We're good. Welcome, everybody. So, this is what I'm going to be working on today. Not today, but right now. I'm going to just be working on it now. Hopefully I can get it done, in an hour or two. Okay. And forgive me, I'm still trying to wake up. It's 10:30 a.m., but I've had 2 cups of coffee, but that doesn't seem to matter. My brain's still not working. And yes, it's official. I've shaved my beard. So, in case you're wondering, yes, I did. Okay, I don't know how talkative I'll be or how many questions I will answer today because I need to get this done and figured out because it's going to be used for some promotional material. And my assistant, Adrian, helped me get a lot of this color to this stage, and now I'm trying to just really figure out what's going on with these characters as I draw all over it. What's going on with these color theory things for these different characters, because they're different kinds of characters, and so they need different kind of color treatment. So that's what my job is right now. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hey Nick, welcome. Okay. Let me just go through this and think about things a little bit. And Adrian, if you're watching, I apologize. I'm going to start butchering your coloring so far. It's all experimental, though. It's all experimental, baby. Get some reference. I already drew this in another panel, so I want to make sure if I'm implying it, I want to make sure I'm implying it right. Sorry guys, I'm looking on the other screen. I'm looking at some of my other pages just to make sure if I can figure out where those pages are. And my computer's going nice and slow. Take your time. There we go. Okay, I'll just put that over here. So the bed's pretty close to his desk. He has a small room. Okay, I'm just throwing in shapes for now. Kind of getting a sense of where things will belong in the background. And then I'll try to work on these three main characters to really refine what they look like. I have an idea, but I've never tried to conceptualize it yet in color. And the color has a lot to do with how they look. Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry if I'm mumbling. Mumble. Okay. I don't even see comments yet. Oh, there are comments. Beardless, yes, Nick. I did it. I look weird now without my beard. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, no beard. Yeah, you know, I did it like last weekend. You really miss my podcast type videos? There is one more. A friend of mine recorded a podcast with me on it, and I'm going to actually put that on my YouTube channel. So there will be something new pretty soon like that. Hopefully I can get up tomorrow. I look like a whippersnapper now. Oh, good. I'm glad this is getting you excited, Nick. That's good. Because this is kind of the big reveal page. So, what was it? Oh, there was one comment I wanted to respond to. What was it? Oh, I guess it was just about my beard, which doesn't really matter. But yeah, I just kept pulling at my beard, and I was seriously like ripping my hair out here on the sides of my mouth and looking like a dying animal. So I was like, you know what? It'd be probably better if I just shave this thing off instead of ripping my hair out. So it's one of those strange things that I can't control very well. Okay. So I might get a little quiet as I just try to figure this stuff out. Where's the lines? Oh, man, not looking at this correctly. Okay, there we go. This has some sort of filter on it. I think I'm just gonna go back to line work for the wind, or not wind. It's not wind, but so the idea is that there's these different shape sovereigns. This is the edge sovereign, and he's going to look a little different. I still need to work on him. I need to reduce his eyebrows, give him a little thicker neck, I think, and give him more bulk on his hands and stuff, because he's the biggest one, but he's kind of appearing at this moment. He's climbing out of the, not out of the TV, but climbing out of the edge shapes on the desk and stuff. They kind of manifest themselves out of the shapes around him, around this kid. And then this guy is he is the sovereign of curves, and so everything's really there's no straight lines with him. And I'm trying to think of this guy as like more like Tron type art, where it's like glowing lines. There's no actual mass in him, it's just lines. And so, whereas this guy is only mass. And then this is the sovereign of the breath army, which we were debating the names. But yeah, so it's these three sovereigns that make everything, basically, or that form everything that we see, or they control the laws of what we see. So that's the idea. So I'm trying to figure them out. And I've drawn a lot of pages with them, but I have never finessed the coloring. So, and in the script I wrote, this windy one was more like a smudge, like you wouldn't really be able to focus in on him. But then, how do you draw that? So I just made it more like wind. And I want him to be like more grays and whites and blacks, but then he reflects the colors of these other two when they get close to him. Kind of like how water, when it has oil in it, you see the different colors in it. The oily shininess in the water. So that's what I'm thinking. So it's just a matter of figuring that out visually. Yay! Okay. You have to paint in some more stuff into him to really make it work. I might blur some of it too. We'll see. Now wait, let me just do a little bit more. Linear dodge. Let's go without any effects just for right now. Something neat about that. Going dark with it instead of light. Kind of gives them a little bit more ominous feel. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm still. This is gonna be a little while to figure this out. While I'm at it, let me just throw in some lighting from the window. Moonlight, right? I'm just not sure. I need to change his lines too. I don't want him. I only want this guy to be. Oops. Ooh, bing. Do a little glow on the TV. I only want the straight line guy to have the white lines, so let's just change this back. Then we'll have to figure out some more variation, color variation in them. There's a range that each one of them, I want them to have a range of colors, so they're very easy to tell apart. They'll obviously be easy to tell apart because they have different properties altogether, but I want every aspect of them to be different, not just the lines. It's getting there. It's starting to. It has a long way to go, but it's starting to take a little bit more of the shape that I want it to. Okay, let me look at questions real quick, or comments. Nope, not at ECC this year. I've been meaning to make a video about why I'm not going to do conventions for a while. And I was going to try to have it out by the time ECC starts, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But I planned it all the way up from last year when I was leaving ECC, ECCC, why I wouldn't do it again. But it's a good show, though. I really like it. But anyway, okay. Nick asks when they make this into a movie, you're going to get a royalty. Yeah, I have a little bit of a royalty in the contract, so that's good. And they're thinking about everything. They have game developers working on this to make a video game version of it. They're thinking about toys and like everything. The guy whose project this is, who conceptualized it, is this guy named Rick Reckadal, is his last name, who was the franchise head of like franchise development at DreamWorks for a long time. So he's in the mindset of like, this needs to be hit all the right things, you know. And so I'm just sitting here going, I just want to make the comic, but but everything I design is like, they're thinking about it like, how is this going to work as toys? How is this going to work as a video game? And I'm like going, just let me draw the comic. But it's been a really cool experience. Oh, my live stream still says 20K. I need to change that. Every time I go live, it says 20K extravaganza. But I hit that a little while ago, so I just need to change the name. Okay, sorry guys, I'm going to start boring you if I just talk. Let me scan through these real quick. Dynamo, I'm glad you're liking cognitive drawing. We're still trying to get it done. School, I keep having more schools using it, so that's great. Love to see this done in an animated movie. They're thinking of it as either pitching it to Netflix as a TV series or as a movie. So, and if anyone can sell it, these guys can. So, if anything I've made has the potential of becoming TV or movie, it's probably this, because there's a lot of people behind it really trying to push it. Let's see. Okay, guys, I'm going to keep going. Keep drawing or painting. Okay, the biggest guy I need to figure out. This is the guy that needs the most work. He's the guy that I've had the most notes on. Which for the most part, I haven't hardly had any notes on this stuff. So this is the only guy that's given anyone trouble. And part of it's because he's supposed to be the biggest, most menacing leader type. And his eyebrows might make him... His features look too praying mantis-y, you know. But that was my inspiration, kind of like praying mantis style. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just work on the lines a little bit. See, he doesn't really have a mass, so how do I do it though? Let me just add some lines to him real quick. And then we'll experiment with some glows. Those lines different colors? Oh yeah, they're yellow here. Okay. I can just push them to white so that we have it. What's going on? You can push everything to white just so that it's all the same. The lines that I make now are the same as the existing lines. Excuse me. I might duplicate this and change it a little. Not sure about that. I'm trying to give them a little bit more bulk. Now, one thing we're trying to do with this is we're thinking of this guy as like string art. So I have these basic shapes, but I need to like kind of draw a bunch of lines into them to almost give them like muscle form and tone and stuff. But it's all just like I've done some sketches for it, but it's just still like, what am I doing? It's going to take some getting used to. I need to pull up my reference for this guy. See, so this is kind of what I'm going for, like string art, right? Like he has this basic shape, then I draw all these other lines into him. So help. I don't know what I'm doing. You guys hear the neighbor lady coughing? Poor lady, she coughs every time she comes in here. Need to give her some cough drops. I should just try to make this guy out of string art and just figure it out, but then I'll get stuck. Then I'll get locked into one specific way of doing it, I guess. That's my fear. This way I can kind of have it experimental every single time I draw them. Have the general shape and then experiment. Let's see if I can make a filter that gives it this glow that I want. Outer glow. There we go. I want it to be like reds and yellows. Jitter. Huh? What does that jitter do on the glow? Softer, preciser. Softer. I'm not sure if this is doing what I wanted to do. Oh, you know, it's only on some of the lines. No wonder. Come on, effects. Transfer. Why aren't they transferring over to here? Oh, because this is locked, I guess, right? Is it locked? How do you unlock that? I think Adrian used Clip Studio, and so it's doing this strange thing that I don't know what it is. Does anyone know what this is and how to turn it off? Anyone? Anyone? I have a feeling that that's why it's not glowing. Or is it because it's on linear dodge? I might need to text Adrian. Oh, I got a super chat from Manny, tattoo artist. Thank you, Manny. What's up, Jason? Been watching your stuff on YouTube for a while and really enjoy your stuff. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support too. Manny, do you know how to get rid of this? This little box down here. Right here. This little box inside of a box. It seems to be doing something similar to like the clipping plane, like this locking tool, but instead of, I don't know how to turn it off. Maybe there's something down here. I think it was put there in Clip Studio, and so I'm not quite sure how to get rid of it, because I want to apply that glow to these lines. So, put you on the spot. No. So anyone, if anyone knows how to fix that, let me know. Let me see if I can text Adrian. Sorry, guys. I think he might have just woken up. Gotta take a picture of it. Okay, see if Adrian knows how to fix it. It said right here though, oh, it told me what it meant and then it turned it off. It means layer has advanced blending properties. Maybe it's because it's been imported. Am I the only one who's clueless? What? Clear layer style. Pink. Oh, okay. Well, that got rid of it. I'm gonna tell him I figured it out. Okay. Now I think I can transfer this effect. There we go. Okay. Yay. So that's definitely too muddy looking. It's a little too muddy on the interior lines. Maybe I could do a different color for the interior lines. Yes. Yes. Or maybe a different color for the, maybe the red would be on the exterior lines. I don't know. I'll turn it down a little. Let's see. What else could we do? We could do a drop shadow, but we could use it differently. Like with a real global bright drop shadow. Let's see, it would be close, so it's right in the middle. That's kind of getting where I'm thinking. Still not quite finessed, but Oh, someone mentioned in the comments that maybe this guy's waist could be a little bigger, and that's one of the comments from the guy whose baby project this is. How do I say that? From the guy who created it. He wanted this guy to look more bigger and menacing and bulky and square. But the problem is this other guy, this guy here is so big and bulky and spread out and wide and has big hands that I don't want to kind of give him big bulky properties too. I want him to be more like a structure and lines and almost like an armature, you know, so that they just totally fit into different categories altogether. And so that's why I don't want to make his waist big and stuff. I want it to be more, you know, I guess just less massy looking. So that's my that's my argument to him, and to why I'm trying to keep him more like, he can be big, but not. He doesn't look heavy because he's just made out of lines. Okay, I have a bunch of questions, I see. So you guys, I don't know if I'll get to all the questions, but if you do want to ask questions, type just like some of the people in comments have been doing, type your question in all capitals and then write your question after that. Then I can see it easily. Or you can do a super chat like Manny did, which I really appreciate that too. Question from Lizzie. What kind of pencils do you usually use when working traditionally? Regular, old, HB, or what? I usually just use number 2 pencils, believe it or not. I use number 2 pencils with real wood. I hate the fake wood pencils. I really like that. Just the feeling of nice wood pencils with number 2 lead in them. And then I use mechanical pencils of the similar quality lead. I think HB is this equivalent to number 2, right? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, I like the softness of number 2 pencils. Question from Cord. What kind of masochistic cartoonist designs a character who looks like a geometric string art? Sorry, man. Sorry to disappoint you. Question. I noticed your Cintiq screen. Man, I can't read. I can't see this very good. Gotta put on my one lens so I can read. I noticed your Cintiq screen is bobbing up and down when you get. Did you get a rig specifically designed to do that for ergonomic reasons? Sorry. No, it's just not. It's a big, heavy Cintiq, and the arm is made for it, but it just doesn't hold it as still as ideal. But I've gotten used to it, and it doesn't really bother me. Even the more big, bulky arms have a little bit of movement in them, because we had big, bulky ones at DreamWorks, and they still banged all over the place when you were drawing. Question from Neutral Neuron. Have you tried out Rebel? Is that what it's called? Watercoloring software? No, I haven't. Never heard of it. I might have to try it. Because watercoloring software, that sounds like a good thing. I would be interested in that. Okay. I see what you're saying, Cord. The fact that I would have to draw this over and over again would make anyone go insane. You're probably right. I'll be insane by the time I'm done with this. You'll find me living outside in a cardboard box when I'm finished collecting my money for this project. Hey, I'll be able to retire early, right? If I live in a cardboard box. Sorry, bad humor. Okay. I think that's working. There's a lot of it I like. I think I just want to do a global, not a global, a kind of an overall glow on him. 2, just so it kind of illuminates the room. And then I think my problems will all be solved. There, done. Not really. Come on, computer, work with me. Yeah, there needs to be some sort of pattern I can just, or effects that I apply over it. All the line art of this guy. I think it'll make it really easy to color in the future. Because he's not colored, he's just lines with glows, right? Why can't I get there a little bit redder? There we go. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. See how different he looks from everybody else? It just really like stands apart. Still not sure. Cause like his face details get lost unless I inverse it and make the eyes solid lines, so it's like they're kind of glowing white. Otherwise the eyes will be black. Maybe I can actually put a white layer there for his eyes. That works. I almost need to... that kind of works. I don't know if I need to have that shape really obvious or not. It's like, it's not obvious, the eye shape, because those lines that come out of the bottom of the eyes kind of mask the shape. But that might be good. But there definitely needs to be more of this like light to dark within the string art type feel. When I talk out loud about what I'm thinking, I know it doesn't make sense. You guys are just being very patient with me. Thank you. Okay. So good. He's on top. Okay, let me try to refine what this guy is, and then I'll just keep going back and forth until we're happy. What's his name? Oh. So if the string art guys and the reds and blues, reds and oranges and yellows, then this guy went to be in the blues and greens. Excuse me. Texture kind of dominates everything. I might have to... I don't know what I might have to do. I'll just turn it down. I'll turn it down for now, and then we'll throw it back in later. Okay. Greens and blues. Greens and blues. And I'm doing this, it's not his color, but I'm kind of trying to bounce some light off of the characters a little bit more. just to see if it's how necessary it is. Where's my tools? I mean, I have tools, but usually there's a bar up here at the top. Oops. Where did it go? I don't know. Where's my menu bar? Well, can't do anything without it. What's that called? Does it show up? See there, it's there. What's this bar called? I don't want to use this layout though. Okay, I know. I'll get rid of all this stuff. Blink. Layer comps, properties, don't need it. I just need this big thing. And colors would be nice. Sweet. Okay, that's good enough. I can work with that. Now I totally forget what I was doing. Oh. So I need like this color. Kind of working. maybe his highlights can still be in his color range instead of the other guy's color range. Which is greens and blues. So he's kind of receiving light from the other guy, but it's still getting forced into his own color range. Yeah? Huh? What do you think around that? I have no idea what I'm doing here. I want to keep the room kind of almost like colorless or very muted colors, so that all the because we're trying to pinpoint all these different colors and have them work together and give them kind of color theory, and so the room almost needs to like be mostly colorless or very muted so that it doesn't distract from the other guys, I guess. At least that's what I think. I find windows at night tricky because I want to like have the nice blues of the night sky that's in my brain, but then it ends up looking too bright. We'll get there. Where's my paint bucket? Okay, I'll use a hotkey. All my things are disappearing. Everything I'm used to is changing. Alright, this curvy guy is not right at all, but I'm not going to worry about him yet. Oh, you guys. Why is stuff so hard to do? Okay, I want this wind guy to be more transparent looking, to kind of blend in with the window light glow, but then also receive the light from both of these guys. But I need to figure out this foreground guy's light first. His colors first before I can do that with him. I almost think there needs to be some more warmer glows on the carpet to kind of pop the kid off of the carpet a little bit. Right? All right, let's look at some comments again. Jessica says, question. Hello, Jessica. Have you, or anyone else for that matter, used the multiple page managing capabilities offered in Clip Studio Paint Pro? If so, how does it compare to InDesign? I have, and I really like it, because when you're drawing all your pages, you just have this pane on the side that has all your pages in it, and you can just go select it, and then the page that's up front switches to that. And then you can just save all the pages at the same time if you're working on all of them. It's just really nice for organizing it. But if that's what you're talking about, I love it. I haven't used Clip Studio for exporting for InDesign purposes, like to kind of prepare anything for print. I don't know if they have that, like if that's a very good quality feature in Clip Studio. I don't think, I think I looked into it at one point, and when I did look into it, it's like you can print out a PDF or make a PDF, but it's not really set up like InDesign to make it print ready, at least from my limited knowledge of it. So I would still take that stuff and put it into InDesign to make a book if I was going to print it. Next question is, maybe you guys already said that, or maybe you're helping Jessica already. Hey Manny, thanks again for another $5. What are your thoughts on Procreate? I really like Procreate for the iPad. I've used it a little bit. It's just that I haven't found the iPad to be my tool of choice for drawing and coloring. And so if it was, Procreate would be probably the tool I would be using. It's one of the tools, it's like the only tool I've kept on the iPad Pro for drawing purposes when I was trying to experiment with it. So I give Procreate a big thumbs up, if you ask me. I don't know, has Photoshop come out with their iPad software yet? I thought they were working on it like a year ago, saying they were going to release it soon, but I've never tried that, so I don't know. Maybe that's great too, but yeah. Nielsen, question: How curious to hear your thoughts on drawing a comic that will be colored versus one that might be colored. It seems to determine how you should use blacks in inking. Yeah. If you know you're going to color stuff, then if I know I'm going to color stuff, I ink it differently, especially if I know that I'm going to color it versus someone else. If I were doing things in black and white, I definitely use black space and black chunks a lot more. I fill up a lot of stuff with black solids when I know I'm not going to color it, or when it's not going to be intended for color. So yes, it does play into it a lot, I think. But I know artists say that if your black and whites don't work, then it's not going to work in color. But I don't agree, because I think color is a whole nother art form, and it changes the composition entirely because of how you can lead people's eyes around with the coloring and light source and shadows and light that's blasting through a window or light beams across the character's face. You can really change the composition with the coloring, and that doesn't have to be anywhere in the art at all if you know that you're going to do that with coloring. But if you're not going to do that with coloring, then you would have to indicate that in the black and white. Makes sense? Yeah, I knew it did. That was so prideful. Okay, Mia, question. Have you had water lately? I haven't. I have some coffee. There's water in my coffee. My voice does kind of sound crackly, though. Thanks for looking out for me, Mia. All right. Let's get back to this. It's like at this stage where it's like, it's getting there, and I'm starting to feel parts of it, but the whole thing hasn't clicked yet. And eventually, like, there'll be a time when it's just like, it just clicks, and then suddenly it's like, ah! And then I just finish it in 2 seconds, So, and I do make that noise when it clicks. Okay. I like that. Let me just work on this guy again. I don't know if the shading pass is working for me. Maybe that's going to just be real light. Maybe I need to kind of think of him as slightly transparent. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what that would look like. I don't get it. Where'd my paint bucket go? It's usually with the gradient tool. What is going on? It must be the layout that I've chosen, because my other layout is missing my other thing. Everything's going downhill, guys. Let's go back to this other one. What was it? Painting I usually use. I had this always set up to be my main one. Okay, do you guys know how to get back this bar across the top? Is it where do I find that in Photoshop settings? I'm gonna wait and look at the questions because I know somebody knows the answer. How do you get this bar? Where is it? This bar right here. How do you get this bar back? What is this bar called? Anyone? Going once. Going twice. I need to know the answer because I want to go back into my painting setting, but it's gone. And it's not on my other screen. Hit F or tab. Nope, that's F is my cycling through the different things, but it usually shows up on the first two. It doesn't show up on the full screen ever, but it usually shows up here and here, but it's not. That tab gets rid of my tools, but it's like I deleted that one tool somehow. Anyone else? Workspace, chose workspace to use. Okay, yeah. So this is the workspace that I set up that I like the most, that everything's to my standards. And then I have another workspace, which let me show you. I use two workspaces. I use Essentials, which throws everything onto my other screen so that I can use my mouse. And then, so everything disappears off here. Bloop. But it's over on my other screen. And I do that for my fonts and for my stuff with the mouse. And then I use the painting workspace for this. But that bar disappeared. Why? So that's what I'm trying to figure out, is where that bar went and how I get it back. Options, window, options, or tools. Looks like the options bar. Options bar. Okay. That was my problem. I didn't even know what it was called. Options. If I can see where... Options down here. Bam! Yes! Thanks, Jessica. You saved the day. That's exactly what I needed. Whoa. I don't know why it disappeared. Can I stick it up there? Yeah, whatever. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Jessica. I've been using Photoshop all my life. And I don't know what the options bar is. Okay. Back to more important things at hand. Like, see, now here, I can like switch to the paint bucket. Why does that other one not have the paint bucket? That's bizarre. That's it. That's a question for another live stream. Okay. Yay, team. It's kind of neat. I repeat. I need to change his eye a little bit. I've I've changed it just a bit since drawing this page. Not sure what I should do with all this stuff, but I think it's kind of working. looks like liquid now. It's kind of interesting. He kind of has a transparent type look, right? I need to work on his eye and maybe some more, a little bit more stuff behind his head and through his head, I guess. But let's see what happens if we change. Excuse me. If we change his background color a little. Oh, that's interesting. I don't want to put him into that kind of reds, but I mean, I don't want to push any reds into him, but it kind of has a neat look to it. Like he's absorbing some of the warm colors. I don't know. Here he just looks like too much like water, I think, but maybe I could split the difference. Let me try something. There. I'll make another one. The only problem is I don't want him to look too much like the wind guy. I don't want to have too many of the same attributes. And if he's just watery looking, then he's reflecting all the other colors, and that's what I wanted the attributes of the smoky, windy character to be. So we'll see. There's some really neat things happening though with him. So I like that. Make that monitor black. Be just turned off. Wait, is it turned off? What happened previously? Whatever. It can still be black. Even if it's not turned off, it'll still be black. It's casting a light though. I'll just bring it down a little bit, just because, so it won't blow out all these lines here. Wouldn't that be cool if your computer did that every time you click the mouse? Screen. No! My computer's having trouble keeping up with me today. Maybe I'm trying to do too much on it. Okay, that's a little better. Maybe I should work on the wind guy, and then I can determine at that point if the liquidy looking guy is too similar. I won't know unless I try. All right, I guess I should do a little housekeeping. If you guys are just joining me, or if you've been here the whole stream and you don't know, this is a comic called Shapes. It's going to start coming out in issue form. There's going to be 6 parts. It's going to start coming out. This is a guess because we don't have the date locked down exactly, but probably the second half of this year it'll start coming out through comic shops and all that stuff. It's published. It's going to be published by Cave Comics. They're a new publisher. They've started rolling out some of their first season of titles already, and this is. I think this one will be kind of still considered part of their first season, maybe late in their first season. I'm not sure. So, but yeah. So I've been commissioned to write it and draw it and color it. I have a friend of mine helping me with the colors, Adrian, who is amazing. But I'm trying to refine these colors right now. And but yeah, if you guys are interested, you can follow me on Patreon, and I'll give you a little more information there. But just subscribe and keep tuned into this channel. I'll let you know more about the release date when it comes. But yeah, that's what I'm working on, just in case no one knows, and in case you're interested. Man, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I like that's going on, but I know there's still more to do. Okay, let me look at the comments real quick. I don't see any that say question, so I'll assume there's no questions for me. All right. Sorry, I'm kind of going slow, guys. I'm trying to think. Oh, you guys getting bored yet? Okay, I need to stretch my legs a little bit. Give me 1 second, or give me 1 minute. I'm gonna just go get some water and stuff. Excuse me. Sorry, gonna have a little snack now. I think I'm muting my mic as I chew on this. I hope it's muted. I hear the sarcasm in that, People's Circus. This is great TV. Fine. You alone convinced me to stop eating. Pretty boring to watch me eat, so we'll keep going. I think I'm getting there. Okay. I'm trying to decide how much I want to blur this guy versus preserving these lines, because I do like the lines. But I think blurring some of them will really make it stand out nicely. And let's see, I want to play with the light through the window a little bit too, so let's do that. The light casting through this dark shape. How would I do that? What if I... Okay, this is going to be a big experiment. Definitely experiment. What? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. It's gonna be awesome. Trust me. It's gonna be awesome. Definitely not awesome. It's gonna be though. I don't know what I'm looking for. See, they're already starting to kind of feel similar to each other, the wind and the liquidy one. So that's kind of problematic. I don't want them to be confused at all. It's getting a little weird right down here. It's almost like too much line contrast. That's actually better. Okay. I'm going to try to adjust this foreground character again. What to do? figure this guy out a little better. You know, that stuff doesn't make sense, but it will, maybe, if you see the comic. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Excuse my mumbling. I don't know what to do with his eye. I don't know what to do with the color of his eye, I guess I should say. Let me just try it white real quick. Or glowy. Why does this keep moving? I guess all their eyes could be kind of the same glowiness. Guess there's nothing wrong with that. Come on. My machine is really lagging. I don't know what to do. I guess I should put a little glow on the inside of this if its eye's glowing, huh? 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 Could go the opposite and do a dark. Let me try that first. No, too much detail gets lost. For my taste. Oh, come on. Do it right. I don't like that eyeball or the whatever it is. The whole sorry. Oh, what to do? It's like too much color right there. That's kind of cool. Where's that weird paint thing coming from? Where is that coming from? Oh, shading. That's where it's coming from. Is my machine just not doing anything, or is it just me? Guess it's working. It's kind of lagging, so I'm like, what? I think that kind of works for me. Maybe this is a place where I can actually paint the lines a little bit. That's cool. I can be content with that. I'm not sure about the warm colors on him yet, but it's getting closer. Now I need to work on the lion guy again, and I don't know. Let me look at these comments again. No questions. Film spaz. I'm reading it right now. What do you need? What's going on? Oh, there's the question. Sorry. I only scan for the question when it says question in bold. See right here. Blammo. I'm seeing this right here. I'm like, what? Are the inks for this project traditional or digital? They're all digital for this one. All digital. It's just, I was going to do it all ink. I originally, when I started thinking about this, I was like, I'm going to go totally old school like I did with all my submission artwork, where it's on the big bristle board, and I'm going to just, go for it. And take a long time per page, but I just could never get myself to do it. Like, now that I've done so many tricks, I don't want to abandon all those tricks now to just go back to doing it the slowest way possible. So anyway, so yeah, this is all digital. Well, okay. I know I need to keep going, but I'm running out of things that I want to start doing on this page. I need to finish this today, though. So, with your guys' help. That's why I started streaming, because I was like, I need to get this done, and I need to just keep myself focused. Not like talking to a live stream is keeping me focused, but at least it's keeping me working. If I wasn't streaming right now, I'd be like, well, okay, time to just check my email or whatever. Let's do lunch right now. Okay, one thing I wanted to add, now that I think about it, is another glowy layer. Let's say reds. A red layer to the wind. Just to kind of like, I don't know, just kind of push it into a, can't talk and draw. Kind of push it into kind of a oily, reflective feel, if possible. I don't know if I can, but I can try. What color does this need to be? The poor lady next to me, she's coughing her lungs out. There's probably some sort of effect that I can use to just, the oil effect, you know, in Photoshop, to just be like, done, and it looks perfect. Let's use a brush a little bit. Maybe not. It's kind of working. need to translate all that stuff into the 3 panels at the start as well. At least hint at it. I need to work on the kid in the second panel so that he's actually blending into the smoke or whatever it is, the air. I need to finish all the lines on this character. I'm a glowing character and bulk out his legs a little bit and stuff like that. I need to settle on a color palette for this foreground guy and maybe reflect a little of that color into the wind guy as well, because he's reflecting the warm guy and the window, but he's not reflecting the greenish guy. So those are all the things I'm thinking about, and then tidy up the color choices on the room a little bit. Maybe have some blues hitting the floor from the window, as well as some maybe hot colors from the line guy hitting the floor or the bed, the front of the bed, the side of the bed. Yeah, that's good actually. Talking to myself. Let's do the bed. For whatever reason, I think I need to do that now. Right. Oh. Pick the right one, Jason. Okay. That's not working the way I envisioned it. Maybe it's because it's the same color. Looking ugly. Yay. Well, that kind of works. I was thinking it would be the red hitting it, but maybe it's being overpowered by the night sky color bouncing around in the room. I'm justifying it. Excuse me. I don't know if that is very clear or kind of confusing looking. So I'm adding a little bit more detail than it needs to have. Okay, I just kind of simplified those shapes so they're not too distracting. There's already a lot of distraction going on with the wind and his hair and his hands and fingers and things overlapping, and man, your attention's pulled everywhere. I don't need a bedspread to pull your attention even more. because your attention is valuable, especially when you're reading comics. Okay, but that works for now. Let's see. Let me just finish. Let me just finish putting some stuff on this wind up here. Maybe I won't need to finish out his coloring if I cover it like that. Yeah. Tricky. Tricky. What was I looking? There was something I was looking at. I was like, I need to change that. I don't remember what. I can't find it. Unless that was it. Okay, it's getting close. I can feel it. I'm starting to feel it. Am I going crazy? Is this needed? I feel like there needs to be some sort of grad there. I don't feel like it's clear that that's a window, but maybe it doesn't need to be clear. A little better. Whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. Okay, one thing I'm wondering about is background desk stuff. If I need to push it a little bit more monochromatic. Flats. Is it even doing anything? A little bit. I think I'm gonna push some light back into that desk a little bit once I finish drawing this other guy. But I don't want the desk to have too much light so that it kind of overpowers the scene and demands attention. What do you guys think? Is there something that you're not feeling? Something that's bothering you about this? Any suggestions? Ah, I see a suggestion from Film Spaz. Maybe darken the page's right edge so the monsters illuminate the room. The right edge. The right top edge? Or the right bottom edge? Or the whole right side? Woo. Let's do an over everything. Blink. Not there. Come on. Right up there. Let's try it. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Suggestion from Nick. In front of that, otherwise he might not see it. Huh? Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, I see. Sorry, Nick. You're helping him say suggestions, so he'll see it. I get it. Sorry. Thanks, Comical Foods. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Film spaz? I might want to darken up behind the monitor here too, and behind these panels. Now that we're talking about darkening sections. Oh boy, I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but like selecting my flats or something. Oh, come on. Stop moving. Let's do this on a different layer. I should do it with a mask too. Yes, please. Might be taking away a little bit too much from this, the wind guy. Where is he? No, no, not that. No. There we go. Wind's color isn't matching very good between those two panels. Why? Why? What did I do differently? Oh, maybe it's just the background color. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let me select him. All right, now it matches. It's a little dark now. I don't know if I like that as much. Maybe I could grad it. Whoosh. Works. I think I need to push the kid into kind of more of a flatter colors too. He has a lot of colors going on. I would almost like to have more blues. For the foreground one, where his back is to us, I think that's working. Excuse me. Oh, I see some questions. Film Spaz says, Jason, may I make a suggestion. Sorry, I I already answered your suggestion. So yes, you may. You may. I'm sorry, I didn't read that question earlier. Comical Foods asks, any tips on how to outline a script for a large graphic novel? Oh boy. How to outline a script for a large graphic novel. There's so many different avenues I could kind of point in. Like, there's obviously the story structure, like thinking of the story structure. There's the hero's journey, all those things about just kind of mapping it out that way as a global arc for the characters. Which I think that's good to kind of have in the back of your mind. I don't ever like to do that myself, but I know it helps, especially if you're starting from scratch and you don't kind of if you haven't done a lot of stories before, I always tend to just think real simple about it, though. Like a really stupid a stupid sounding thing that's very practical for me is if I'm bored while I'm working on it with the story, then it's boring. If I'm bored in a scene, then the scene's boring. If a conversation is like boring, the conversation is boring, right? If I'm reading a comic and it's boring, then the comic is boring. It's just real simple and real practical, and but I apply that to like my own narration and dialogue and work and panels and layouts and pages when I'm working on everything. If I'm wondering if it's boring, then it's probably boring. And so anytime I get those kind of hints, I try to like throw in a new element that makes it interesting to myself and the reader. Because if it's interesting to you as you're making it, then I think it'll be interesting to the reader, at least the people that think like you. And so for instance, with this, it was a 6-part story or 6 issues. And I've never written kind of like in this format before, where it's like 20 pages and then you have a break and then you're hoping people will come back for the next installment. So there was a lot of weight on having it constantly up the stakes and stuff like that. And so what I was thinking about with this story is like every chapter, every issue has to kind of I can't give it away. I'm not supposed to talk too much about it, but I tried to just make it so that it pushes it into a different level as far as what's at stake and what's actually happening and what's being revealed. And, and then you throw in all the story structure on top of that and the hero's journey on top of that. And it's like, it makes for a enjoyable ride from start to finish, I hate watching movies and reading things where it's just like you get through with some really interesting stuff, whether it's just a dialogue scene or action scene, and then you're just like being forced to like listen to a pointless conversation that's just completely boring just for the sake of character development, but it doesn't have anything to do with like furthering the story, and it's just like, oh my goodness, it's so boring. And that I feel like that happens a lot in like Netflix type shows where it's like it's all about character development. And I think that you need character development for sure, but if it's just like, let's just film a guy twiddling his thumbs for 45 minutes. No, for 3 minutes, yay, it's like, sure, it's character development, but it's also boring character development. So that's what I'm against, is boring character development. You can have character development. That's really exciting, I think. Wow, I didn't answer your question, but I sure did answer other questions. Let's see, anyone else? If I could read, if I can see. Nope, no questions yet. Okay. Well, I think this is getting close. I'm kind of questioning if I want to darken up this foreground guy. I think I want to darken that upper part of the frame, but not him. Because I want him to stay in the front. Stay close to us. Does that make sense? Stay close to us. Let me see if I can do something by just adjusting the color here of this black vignette to something different. I think that's kind of working. It's still kind of vignetting him, but it's using his colors. Okay, I really need to work on this stinking line guy now. He's gonna be, oh, yeah, he's gonna put me over the edge by the time this comic's done. Okay, I think everything else is okay. If everything else is not done, whatever. I'm making progress though, so I'm happy about it. I'm feeling it. That's important. So who are we messing with now? This guy, his name's Numbers. That's why he has the number sign. Okay, I got it. I got it. Thanks. Let's see. I kind of want him to look like he's coming out of the monitor, but I don't want, but it's not like he's made out of it's not like he's made out of electricity or something. So it's like he could come out of the desk, or he could come out of a block of wood, you know, because it's lines. As long as it's made out of straight lines, that's what he manifests out of. So maybe I could connect some of these lines to the desk or something. Look at what his design is like. Okay, I just need to do it. I just need to start doing it. I'm worrying about it too much. I wonder if... Whoa, that's crazy. Whoa, dude. I don't know if that's too much. Kind of works. Oh, I sure do like how this stuff just starts glowing right as I'm drawing it. It's like not even hard to visualize it then, because it's just like blam, it's done. All the effects are baked into the lines. That's so cool. out to there. You need to make sure his lines are not darkened like they are up here, otherwise it ruins that glowy effect. I was hoping to have some of the lines kind of more like reddish and some more like yellow. But maybe I can do that later. So cool how that glow stuff works. The glow stuff. Now this leg needs to be way more bulky than it is here. String layer. Draw a straight line, please, Jason. I know. There's probably like a straight line tool somewhere in Clip Studio that I'm not using. See if I can kind of hint at that it's pulling lines out of the desk. for anything square. That works. I think that helps. Kind of getting interesting. Let me just adjust this foreground guy's green color now. I don't know. I think I need to adjust this and the reddish color under him. I just don't want him to be dominated by these. Well, yeah, okay. Here's my argument. I wanted them to all be different colors, and then but these guys, the line guy and the rounded guy to be different color palettes, so that they could be reflected in the air guy, the wind guy, and easy to differentiate. But I think now that I'm drawing the line guy with glowy lines, it's pretty much impossible to get him mixed up with anything else. And so maybe I'm pushing that too hard now. So with that said, maybe I can go more reds and be content with him being reds, having reds in him. Because that's not really, okay, so I'm talking about the foreground guy on the right. These aren't really his colors, but he's reflecting everything, or all the colors are hitting him. Okay, I've convinced myself to change my rule. I think I like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Now I'm thinking the kid in the foreground needs to have kind of a greenish window lighty, greenish bluish wash over him. Strip out more of his local colors even. Man, I like it though. I do like it. Sorry, when I get to this phase, I like to just take it in. I'm just very pleased, but I know there's a little bit more that I want to do. So, but I'm happy that I'm getting it to this level. I want to compare it to what it was when I started. Where is it? Where? Sorry, I'll spare you my singing. Okay, that's where I started. Whoa, why did I do that? What? There. It's definitely taking a lot more form to it. That's weird how it zooms in sometimes. Yes. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, I just need to work on this line guy a little bit more. And then the other things that I talked about working on. It's never going to end. It's almost 2. I need to stop this stream very soon because I need to eat some food. Where were we? Numbers. This guy. Bink. Bonk. Strings. Get my reference piece. I don't want to muddy up his face or make his face not visible by drawing too much other stuff in here, so I might keep it kind of simple. Famous last words. Keep it kind of simple. Why isn't that working? What? What? It's weird. I'm trying to give the impression that it's like string art type. It's not supposed to be string art, but we're using that as the kind of the guide. So I'm trying to make it look like I figured it out in that way, but not actually figuring it all out, you know, like you can't follow these lines and connect them all together. So it's kind of a challenge. Why isn't undo working? Or is it? Or is my computer crashing? It's trying to undo. Whoa, oh it did. I better save it. Now that I freaked myself out, it's time to save it. What to do? I guess I don't need to have everything fully formed because he's kind of growing. He's kind of revealing himself. Man, my computer's really chugging. Maybe it's the live streaming. When do I quit? When is enough? You're probably all thinking, now, stop, end it. Spare me the pain. Okay, maybe just a little bit more on these fingers over here. Just to show them kind of forming. Wait, how many fingers does he have? I think I did that wrong. Yeah, I'll leave that out. Okay. I think I'm done with that guy. I just don't know. What do you think? Should I take out these weird, not these weird ones, but should I take out those lines? I think so. Okay, as I keep drawing this guy, I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out faster. Okay. Now just to clean up, tidy up little things. I'm thinking I should take the kid and make him a little bit more condensed. What's that? What's the right word? Flattened? So he's not so much local colors. Looking at my other monitor because it has better color. What? I'm not going to keep them this flat, but at least kind of get the color in the right place, and then I'll dial it down a little bit. I think a little darker blue works. Maybe I will push them pretty flat. Is he blending in too much? The hair blends in with the misty stuff there, but then let's see, maybe I could adjust his shirt just a little bit. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Knock down this shadow on him a little bit up here. Hey, so close. Okay, I just want to do a little bit on the floor. Floor light. And we'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we'll just leave it alone. Oops. What? I'm get it. Is it working? I want to just lighten up that computer just a bit. Okay, I think that's good enough. Well, I think I'm done. Well, maybe not. I better stop. Save. All right. I think I'm pretty pleased with it. Oh boy, I gotta stretch after that. I just wonder if the eyes on the line guy are just so lost. I guess as long as you can kind of see his face or make out the face. I don't know if you can even make that out. Oh, I'm not done. I gotta clean up this where the glows are. How do I do that? Where is that happening? It's that, okay. It's that layer. Okay, let me just do it the smarter way. I like doing it the hard way, but makes for a pretty boring live stream. Okay, now guess there's one little bit here I need to clean up. It never ends. Well, okay, I'm gonna just stop there for now, for the stream anyway. Okay. Well, that was plenty long, wasn't it? Oh, let me center it so it's... Whoops, let me ruin it. Oh, the viewer count has just been dropping. Well, I can't blame you. It's been almost 4 hours, which is ridiculous. Let me look at the comments real quick one last time, and then we'll log off. Log off. There's one comment. Comical Foods. Any tips on making your first comic when you have little or no audience? Yeah, I wouldn't worry about your audience. I would just make the sweetest comic you can, and the goal is that comic will get you your audience. So I don't think an audience is counter to what a lot of people say. I don't think the audience is what you should worry about. Otherwise, it'll just make you it'll make you too worried about every decision you're making, and you'll never get anything done, and be too afraid to show it And if your audience starts saying things that they don't like, it will make you second guess everything and question everything, when the goal is really just to finish your first comic, and keep finishing comics, because you can't let that be a factor in you not doing things and practicing and growing and getting better at it. And the only way you're going to grow and get better at it is by finishing books. And I'm not talking about like a big 120-page book like this or a book that's published. I'm talking about just like finish a short story, finish a couple stories, Like if you've seen my YouTube channel in the last so many months, I've posted a lot of old comics that I did. Some were experimental, some were submissions. And it's like you just have to put in that time and work and experiment and have fun at it and push yourself to grow, and eventually you can get to a place where you start worrying about what your audience wants, I do agree that you do need to think about your audience when it's your career, right? When you're making a living from it, you do need to think about your audience and what they want, and not necessarily make everything catered to all their whims, but unless you're just making it for yourself to put in your shelf and be like, yay, I finished it, I put it in my drawer, I'm done, I'm the only audience, I don't care what anyone else thinks, like I don't think any of us are like that. But as far as like just getting good, like you kind of got to be that way, and then eventually you start showing people things, and eventually you start getting to a place where you're getting money, and then eventually you start getting to a place where you're getting maybe paid from a company or something, and then then you have to switch gears and think about what does that audience want. And but right now it's just getting good at executing storytelling, getting good at doing panel layouts and lighting and coloring and dialogue, and you can't worry about your audience at that point. So that's my advice anyway. I don't know. It's a different time now than when I was a kid. When I was trying to learn, it's a completely different time. So I feel for people who are starting out right now, because it's like you have the weight of I must perform in front of a live audience, and it's like it's so unfair. It's such an unfair situation for new artists to have to do that, I think, when they should just be loving what they're doing and growing their craft and spending hundreds and hundreds of hours alone by themselves doing things that will never be shown to anyone, because that's the whole learning phase. It's like you're going to spend 1,000 hours like doing stuff that no one will ever see, anyway, hopefully that helps. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be able to do another cool spread like this, either color or drawing, next week. I'm kind of limited to being able to do at least only one a week. Contractually, I can't show everything I'm working on, but I think this gives you a pretty good taste. So, hey Hannah. Sorry, just reading your comment. Okay, guys. Thanks again. I'm going to have a lunch break, and I'll see you some other time. I need to learn how to smoothly turn this off. Okay, bye.